Hey everyone, today I want to go through the integration between Turnitin and Seqta. Turnitin is an amazing tool that you can use for checking on student submissions that there's no plagiarism, but also allows you to use the Turnitin Feedback Studio to do much more. So I'm just going to focus on the integration here and how it works. So here I am in my program here in Seqta. I'm going to go to the overview of assessments, and you see that I've set up an assessment here called Test 3. And what I've done is I've turned on Turnitin right here. So I've turned that Turnitin part there. That means students will be able to use Turnitin to submit their assessment through Seqta, which is really easy. So that's basically it. As long as you turn that on, I'm not worrying about anything else here. This is the details for the assessment that I can leave the student. And the great thing is the student and the staff integration really nice. So let's go to a student now. If I've gone to the assessment. This is test 3. It'll open up expectations, and then we've got submissions. So I'm going to hit Turnitin submission. This is exactly what the student will see, and you can see it goes straight to that assessment, and they'll be able to upload their work in there. Don't have to know any passwords or anything like that. So upload submission. They get the options to drop a document in there, to directly input text in there, or get something from one of these 3 cloud-based systems, right? So they can go to their OneDrive and get it. So upload, so I could grab this Word document and just drag it in there, okay, and it's got the document here, or I could choose the file. So upload and review. So they can see a preview of their submission, and they can then submit to Turnitin. Right, the submission is complete. Excellent. All right, so I can close that window, and there's their submission, and the similarity report will come through if they check on this later. All right, so I'm going to go back to the teacher view now. So at any time I can launch the Turnitin dashboard for this assessment from here, or in here I could launch it from here. There's a link also in here and launch, okay? So either of those will work. So if I click on this one, that will launch out to the dashboard for Turnitin. You'll see I think we've only got a couple of assignments back for this one, but you'll see them all listed in here. All right, so there it is. We've got 2 Word documents there. This one that was just uploaded that I just did was 100% because I just copied and pasted the text from the internet. Now, so I can go in, options, download that, delete that one. I can give it a grade directly from here. And now we're into Feedback Studio. So there's some really neat things here in Feedback Studio that is not the focus of this video, but you'll notice that there is audio, comments that I can leave. I can grade a rubric. I can see exactly where the stuff came from and the website that it came from, 100% from that website, etc., etc. So there's a lot of good stuff in there. I can mark it in here and say that this is 68 out of 100. I can go through, look at the next one, and say this one is 78 out of 100. Do the same grading things, etc. Okay, and then close that. You can see I've got the grades in there, and you'll notice that if I go back and go to the marks book, that these grades have flowed through into Seqta. All right, so this one here was a maximum of 10 actually in the Seqta assignment, so it's automatically converted those marks out of 100 that I made into marks out of 10. The yellow shading also indicates that it's come from Turnitin, and I can manually overwrite those if I want to, just by clicking on them. Okay, so that is a little bit about the Turnitin integration with Seqta. Works really nicely, no passwords, you can get to everything really easily, and of course use the Turnitin Feedback Studio, which is another great little tool. One thing to just look out for is in the settings here. I'm looking at this as a teacher, and just look at the settings there when the start date of this assessment was, when the due date is, and when the feedback release date is. So those things here are created in Seqta. This due date here will be the due date of the assignment in Seqta, but the feedback release date, you might want to change that if you're using the Feedback Studio and Turnitin.